What's up, everybody? This Solomon King coming back at y'all, man, from Esoteric Minds Media. You know what I mean? Before I start, man, I want to give a shout out to Dolo the Pilot, man. That You album. You know what I mean? I recommend everybody to listen to that album is fire, yo. That album is fire from the first song on down. You know what I mean? That's some esoteric music right there. But now let me get on to this though. But I woke up this morning, kind of sort of in thought, and it kept coming to me, to whom is given, much is received, or to whom is given, much is required. To whom is given, much is required, and I'm like, damn, So I go take a walk, and it's still on me. You feel me? So I'm like, okay, it's like this here. If you picked up that phone and chose to answer that call, you know what I mean? It's a lot that's required from us. You know what I mean? It's a lot that's required from us. It don't matter what you do. You know what I mean? You could have been the lowest of the low. It don't matter when you picked up that call. You know, it's like certain things don't apply to us anymore here in this crazy mess we call Earth and the three dimensions and all this and that, densities, everything you want to call it. But you might just hit a roadblock. You know, you might just. It's because much is required. You know, when it's given to you, you gotta do the work. That's the much is required. Every level gonna require a shadow work. Every level you gonna wind up hitting that shadow realm. You know what I mean? A lot of people think they know about the shadow work, but the shadow work is a little bit more crazier than you think because you gotta dip into that subconscious realm. Face choices that you made, things that you done, even weak points. You know what I mean? Yeah, I call myself a shadow worker because of that. When it's required and when you got to go to that next level, you working on this vibration thing, this energy thing, manifestation. You pretty much doing God's work. It's not perfect. We not perfect. The world is imperfect. So what makes you think that when you picked up that call to arms, you know what I mean, when you chose to serve, what makes you think that it was going to just go away? It don't work like that, man. We got to face our demons. We got to face our demons first. That's much is required. You know what I mean? And then another thing that's required, you got to keep your faith. You got to stand strong in love. You got to set boundaries. It's things that you have to do here. The physical body can only take so much, before it break down and crumble. And then you got to understand you're renewing your mind. When you are renewing your mind, that's another level of awareness, consciousness. You getting your energy centers in order. You blessing your energy centers. You blessing them. You waking them up. And each one you wake up, you develop a higher state of consciousness. Or if you be afraid and want to run back in and tuck your tail in, you're going to go back down to lower frames of consciousness, lower states of consciousness. You got people that's in the red, you got people that's in the yellow, and you got people that go down to the solar plexus. You got people that's in that solar plexus, that's strong-willed, that's determined, to see what's on the other side of this. You know what I mean? But that's what's totally required. You got to wake up them energy centers. You got to do a little walking. You got to do a little exercising. That's a part of service to self. Now don't get it wrong when you hear service to self. We talking service to self in a way where you extending your life. You taking care of yourself. When you do the shadow work, you're gonna see what's up. You're gonna see whether you got a bad smoking habit, fucking habit, sucking habit. It don't matter. You're gonna see it, and it's up to you to change it. And when you hit those roads where that demon gonna be your vice, and it's gonna be hard for you to stop doing it. I don't care what it is, gluttony, whatever you call it. It's gonna be that vice. It's gonna be that big one. But you gotta know who you are. And what's in you. But yeah, much is required for God's people, man. The universe, whatever you want to call it, I call it the absolute. But once you start realizing everything is, the isness of everything, you start realizing how you connected. You are the creator and not the creation. You know what I mean? The you that you are, you know. But you're going to realize what I mean sooner or later. So, yeah, if you was he or she, you woke up to this, and you woke up to this, and it's a change somewhere. It's a lot that's required from us. And most of it is just doing that shadow work. You got to do the shadow work, man. Fuck what the ego be saying, or the egoic thoughts, or them crazy thoughts that want to keep you at a certain paradigm. It's all paradigms, you know what I mean? In order to change, you got to become the change you want to see. You gotta like pick yourself up, man. Who gives a fuck? Who cares what the next person think? That's a fucking paradigm that want to keep you there. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, dude. If you run out of creative flow, that means take some time and rest your brain. You gotta understand correspondence and shit. That don't mean you're not doing God's work. You just resting. You're gonna hit a phase where you like, okay, what the fuck am I supposed to do next? You know what I mean? It's not. You're gonna know when you in default when it get like that. I mean, your ego in check, but ego gotta chill. Sometimes when you run out, and I don't know who this for. And then it's things you have to do. You gotta follow guidance, because divine guidance is here too. You know what I mean? I'm getting a bunch of different hits and downloads at the same time. But I'm going to stay on point. Excuse me. Yeah, so if you picked up that call and you answered that call to come to heightened states of awareness, to know that something, it's a force out there that we can't see, but makes this whole thing go round. Make the cells in your body move, make you breathe like you breathe, blink your eyes like you blink your eyes. You got to be grateful for that. You know what I mean? And for us that's in this thing, we got to form the biggest state of gratitude ever, because we the ones that's aware of what's going on. We can see through the veil while everybody else judge. You know what I mean? But just think about that for a hot second. To we picked up that call. So much is required from us. And there's nothing wrong with it, because at the end of the day, it's going to pay off for us. I mean, look at us. Every day I wake up, I'm like, and how can I say this? Every day that I wake up and I follow certain protocol, don't want to say no ritual, because y'all going to get the thing. But, you pray, you be grateful, and you do it. And then you sit back and you be still. You know what I mean? I always give myself here, because I know I manifest. I'm manifesting now. You know what I mean? My children is alive, doing what they want to do. That's ultimate gratitude. Saw my son yesterday. I was half asleep. Well, I was asleep, but the blessing was I saw him. You see what I'm saying? So just start and take baby steps if you have to, because you answered this call. So much gonna be required, and each level gonna require a bit of shadow work, a bit of shedding off, a bit of ego death, and all these labels they call it. I just say you'll step into that shadow realm, You know, it's dark before you see the light. You know, we the light that shine in the darkness, and the darkness is nothing but another form of light. Another, that's all it is. You know, a lot of people see darkness and want to think it's evil. Dude, darkness, void, that's what love is. Real shit. But you'll see one day. So to each and every one of y'all that was given this call that chose it, because chosen ones choose, we chose this. Yeah, much gonna be required. Are you gonna fall back into this way of codependency, thinking you gotta do this every day to get this and do this? Yeah, you getting it, but what you doing to get it? You gotta think about that. You getting $1, but what you doing to get that dollar? Something that you don't wanna do, or something that you absolutely wanna do. You know, my mama told me Rome wasn't built overnight, and I understood what she said because I'm still building. But see, now I have something where y'all can totally understand me and don't get nothing wrong, you know. So just think about that for a second. If you was given this gift, you know, talent, you know, and start embracing your abilities, each ability that unlocks, start embracing it because that's God's gift to us. We see through people, we see through things, we know what's going on. And then we make the choice to choose, discern and shit, you know. So if you was given this, yeah, a lot gonna be required from us. You know what I mean? Don't matter who you is, God waking everybody up from every neck of the woods, and you wake up like, damn, I fell into. You know that means something. You know that mean He waking all His angels up, even the ones that's not so angelic. You know. So think about that. Think about that. If God gave it to you, much gonna be required. Believe in yourself. Believe in your visions. Believe in your sight. No matter how crazy you might think you feel or you are, you're not crazy. And there's more of us out there, more than you think. So just everybody just be cool, love and light, and all that stuff in between. You know, shalom mardu to my people. But let's get this thing going, and everything gonna be straight. So if God gave it to us, a lot gonna be required. To whom is given, much is required. And in that confirmation. And that includes shadow work, helping people, passing these tests, current event, present moment tests. You gotta stay present in the moment, you know. Think about all that. All right, y'all be cool. I got a lot more to say, but I'm getting these downloads and I'm letting them. But I'll get back at y'all later.